All right, we're in picks and bans. We're in picks and bans. Neath and Agni taken away. Both mid lane, but could also be ADC flexible. The Agni likely just banned away from the ADC, and the Neath banned away from the mid lane. Intelligence Neath is something that just does so much damage, and the strength-based Agni is in the same boat. She just does so much damage, and there's really no reason to leave it up. To note, Bari, the Morgan, and Sun Wukong are banned away just by the league. So Yamoja and Uller are gone as well. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Princess Bari being taken out of these columns has really shaked up the picks and bans now, because it opens up a slot that doesn't have to be put towards Bari. Thor being the ban away is interesting, but I do understand it, because it is a very powerful solo laner at this point. The Guan Yu taken away from support. Kali is up, and then Kali is picked. Not surprised. You could see them go to Ganesha next, but they might just look away from that for now. Ganesha is a very strong support, but there are other in-slot that are very strong right now. You could look towards, in the carry role, this. I was going to say Princess Bari, but Princess Bari is banned. You cannot play Princess Bari right now. So you've got picks like the Hunbats. You've got picks like this Aladdin, which is available. And you can get stuff done with those. But it looks like Chalk and Hunbats are going to be what they decide to go for. And I'm not surprised to see that Hunbats locked in. The Chalk is a little, you could decide to go that later. But the Chalk is something that is a huge force. We were talking about damage before, and I believe the damage Chalk, specifically the strength-based Chalk, is the best way to go with Chalk right now. You're just hitting carries in the late game for 400, 500 damage axes, and you can't really go wrong with that, But now we have that Hunbats pairing as well, which is the Fear No Evil, which could be the Stun Bats as well, though I don't know if it will be. Pele paired with Aphrodite. Aphrodite very likely going to support, and the Pele going into solo lane more than likely means that that's going to be a very, very hard to kill dive out of the Warriors of Albion on the left side here. Because this Pele, with that aspect, it makes her absurdly tanky. And with how tanky she becomes, it's just super difficult to kill her. This Poseidon hover is very interesting. Which makes me think that Happen is going to jungle. And Happen's going to play Poseidon, because he plays like Kukulkan jungle for fun. Apollo is the lock-in here. It could be going carry. It also could be going support. Apollo, in my personal opinion's best role is support. Eros Bow is just such a good item on Apollo, with how frequently you're auto-attacking on that character, basic attacking. And the So Beautifuls, how quickly that's up, the debuffs that provides, the shielding you give with the Serenade, the moves, giving your team movement speed, and slowing down the enemies really strong. The Cabrakan hover, pairing that with the Athena, does mean that's going to be Athena support, and it's going to be Cabrakan in the solo lane more than likely. And it's going to be Kali in the ADC. No, it's going to be Cabrakan in the support and Athena in the jungle. That is extremely interesting. This is a very aggressive duo lane that is going to be looking to play for a kill. I'm thinking Baron Samdi if I am on the side of La Jungla, because I feel like Baron Samdi stops a lot of what they want to do. Ymir is also a very strong pick into this, but Ares is still up, and they're looking towards that Ares. There is a good amount of CC immunity, though, on the side of Warriors of Albion. In-kit CC immunity, I should say. So, no, they did end up trading back. They're trading all... Okay, the Athena jungle seemed so wild to me. That is not a Justin Who pick. But Athena solo still seems to be what it is, which is kind of head-scratching to me. I understand why you're putting Cabrakan in support to some extent. Having that wall is nice. Being able to go onto this Apollo and lock him down is nice. Hunbats will be the jungle. And we will have Drew's food on the Poseidon mid. But this Athena's lane is going to be miserable into this Chalk. Chalk just has a free lane. That's all it really is. Justin Who is going to have to pay a lot of attention over here, or is he going to have to pay none at all and just let the Athena rot? If I'm Happen, I'm sitting on this Athena and farming her. Poseidon can come over and kill her. Obviously, you don't want to commit too much so that you lose Gold Fury, but Expert is going to have this guy under the tower for the entire game. I understand the purpose of the Athena is to not play solo lane. Like, that's the main thing. Also, it's Aphrodite mid. That's interesting. This is a pick that I've heard a lot about, that people have been talking about. Right. There's always been hints of this pick being really good in the mid lane. She just does a lot of damage, but the hard part is that finding the right game for her to work. And she definitely works in this one. There's a lot of CCs that she has to immune out with that Undying Love. She's got a lot of safety and a lot of people she could follow in. The main problem I think Aphrodite is going to have in this game is staying attached to people because of just the speed that they move at. Kabrakan's got a movement speed steroid, Pele's got a movement speed steroid, Athena's got a dash, and Kali has a leap. So they need to keep that in mind. They need to keep King Oceans in mind when they are playing this sort of fast game. Aphrodite is not that fast, and despite her kiss giving her movement speed, everybody else is faster because of it, and she is... When you pick an Aphrodite, especially in this mid lane role, you have to fight around the Aphrodite. It's just how it goes. And unfortunately, if you move too fast, she won't be able to keep up. I also think that NA junglers need to wake up. Starting here is not that great. To be completely honest with you, mid laners need to stop being selfish and splitting this. I think that junglers should be starting here. Solo laners should be tagging this, going to lane, hitting 2, coming back to pick this up later. And junglers should be soloing red buff, coming back here, and splitting that with their mid laner. But that's neither here nor there. Because both junglers have decided to start speed. King Oceans walking past the Poseidon after taking a couple basic attacks, but nothing too crazy. And we see the Chalk is on the invade on this right side, looking to see what the Athena's doing to start out, but I think it just got a little bit of poke, and that was it. The Sunder comes down, and they will get it for themselves. Chalk, in the meantime, excuse me, is just picking up this wave and getting his farm that the Athena did miss. They're about even in XP, I believe? Yeah, just about even in XP, because that soloed blue buff. So, we'll have to see. I mean, Chalk's obviously going to outclear. I also hate this Apollo skin. I think it sucks, but that's besides the point. Looking towards the mid lane now, you see that we have Justin Hu going towards this Scorpion camp. I'll find the right button eventually. He will steal this away, and this is still a lot of XP despite the fact that they did get nerfed. He will hit level 3 here, which means Happen is going to be behind. Despite Happen getting a bit of an invade off, we see that King Oceans is responding to this by taking away jungle that Happen could invade because of the side of the map he's on. Really, really good play right there. Really good map play by the Warriors of Albion. Right now, I'm not surprised to see that the Warriors are getting outcleared. I mean, Kali Kabrakan, the first few waves are going to get outcleared by this Apollo and Ares. Ares clears good. Kabrakan clear is also good, but not when he could just die if he tremors. He also might not have tremors yet. He doesn't. Which makes sense. They hit 3 already on the side of La Jungla. So. Hunbats is already looking to aggress over here. It is not Stunbats. This is the regular Hunbats variant. So, there will be no CC coming from this Hunbats just yet. He will just be damage when he comes in for this rotation. I do think that this is a very difficult kill for Happen. He understands it. But in the mid lane, this Poseidon doesn't look like too difficult of a kill. But he does slip away. Safe for now is Drew's food. Munching Boo seems to be comfortable in this lane, despite the fact that Chalk kind of just does dominate it after a certain point. Obviously, he's not at that point yet. Going into trades like this is horrible, though, for Boo. Like, absolutely terrible. He should not do that. Like, ever. Because now Chalk is full health and he lost a ton of it. You can't, like, walk into Chalk like that, because Chalk could just walk away and then just do all of your health bar. You cannot trade into Chalk like he could trade into you, and that's what's really bad about this matchup, because Chalk just out-trades you at every turn, for every point in the game. Looks like Expert is starting out by going a little bit more damage, which I'm not surprised to see. Right? We see that all these rocks should go to Pele. None of these should go to Aphrodite. Good. Justin Hu is picking them all up. A lot of the times, people will like try to split them up or pick them up. The rocks. They should always go to a character that has dual scaling, I think, if there's one available. Look at this Poseidon. Drew's food trying to get aggressive here on the red buff, trying to find somebody. I'm trying to find the button. I found the button, and I didn't find the button. But he doesn't find anybody in that jungle right there. So, let's go walk towards mid. We'll see when the first anti-heal item comes out. And to somebody like Aphrodite, you're gonna need anti-heal. And when you have Kali, right side expert gets a kill for himself. Again, this is... it's invited by the fact that you cannot trade into this chalk. Ever. And he's going Triton's Conch as well as his first item, which then makes it even more terrible to try to trade into this chalk because you have no defense. And chalk's going straight damage first. If he had like a Mystical Mail or like he's building into Mystical Mail, that's a different story, but he's building into Triton's Conch first. So he just has no defense at all. Really rough for Boo. I do not want to see him walk into this chalk ever until he's got defense online. But again, the goal of this Athena is not to play the lane. It's to not play the lane. It's literally the goal, to not play the lane. You want to ult out, get active in team fights, go for Gold Furies, use your CC, right? You're a second support, essentially. Which is why he's going into this Triton's Conch to, you know, enhance his teammates. But at the same time, you're going this Triton's Conch, and Chalk is going full damage. While you do trade into him with varying success, he's killable, for sure, but you kind of get slaughtered. Gold Fury, though, on the chopping block now. Speak no evil, trying to zone out the boys, but there's only so much zoning you could do. No escape comes down, but Undying Love flies in, but Pele also flies in, doing some good damage. Happen gets the gold, and Happen, very, very low here, has to fly away. Speak no evil, running off stage right as the chase is on. Drew's Food is the first to fall for the side of La Jungla, but that's a 1 for Gold Fury, and they're happy with that. They're going to lose some of their jungle, but I think they're happy getting the gold. Ares still aggressive, though. Looking at this Pele, getting some decent damage on her. Nothing too crazy, though. The Triton's Conch is finished now, so I need to know if Boo's going, like, Breastplate of Valor, or if you're going to Mystical Mail. I need to... This build needs to go shift to the defense aspect now. Pele has gone Devourer's Gauntlets first, which is very interesting, and I actually do like this, because the serrated edge kind of fad has died down a bit. It's character dependent, right? Characters like Apollo, Pele, aren't always going to have a cooldown down. I do think Pele is somewhat of an exception, though, because that one has 2 separate timers on the cooldown. And I believe both stacks of the... Cataclysmic? Fuck. I made a sheet for this thing. Pyroclast. Anyway. Have a separate charge on Serrated, but the aggression is here on Duo's side. Some good damage goes into Speak, but Speak gets walled off now. Kali ultimate is burned. The destruction looks like it's doing decent, but Doug is taking way more damage, but they're looking for Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil gonna be put down now. Justin Hu getting the credit for himself. Apollo on the run. Apollo has an ultimate. He will be able to fly away. Mac will on the way out. Spectral Armor, going to be the first pickup by Speak No Evil here. And obviously the beads, Talisman of Purification, had to be the first pickup for J-Rig. If it isn't, he's just going to die every time Ares' ultimate comes up. Unless King Oceans is there. And I don't think you want to burn Undying Love on cooldown specifically to save J-Rig. Makes a lot of sense to me. Back to the lifesteal discussion, though. You don't always have a cooldown down, so you're not always getting the full effect of that item. Whereas somebody like Uller, at a certain point in the game, will always have a cooldown down. It's just, he's always going to. So you're going to go Serrated on Uller as opposed to Devourer's Gauntlets because it's just better that way. Shock is another character that Serrated is better than Devourer's Gauntlets because 90% of the time, I say that, you're going into the mid lane, and that is Drew's Food becoming food right there. Justin Hu picking up one for himself. 3-0 now is Justin Hu. Playing this Pele very well. More aggression on this duo side. Getting some good damage onto Donut Doug, but he will be able to just walk away from that. Both of them resetting on the same recalled timer. I wonder what Doug's going to be able to pick up here. It looks like he's going into Odysseus bow next? Because he's got that golden bow. Or, not golden bow. Sunbeam bow. does look like he is going into that Odysseus bow next, which is the yellow numbers. Speaking of yellow numbers, we're looking to put another red number down as we get a kill for ourselves. Expert getting one from Happens rotation. I mean, that's kind of what I was waiting for. Is just eventually they're going to abuse Munching Boo, especially now that they know he doesn't have any CC immunity other than that Defender of Olympus. And are you, on reaction, going to tag somebody immediately with Defender of Olympus and not be dead by the time you do it? That is really difficult to do for even the best players. Right? And I really, that's really difficult. You're going to have to get some sort of way to cleanse yourself. I do think that Magi's Blessing is actually going to be very good for him in this game, because they only have, I talk about this a decent amount, it's high committal CC. High committal CC is a CC that you either have to put yourself in position to use, or a CC that you have to use an ultimate for. You're committing a lot for it. Chalk has to use an ultimate. Poseidon has to use an ultimate. There's one low committal CC on this team, and that's Poseidon 1. Apollo has to get on top of you to use it. Ares has to use an ultimate. Left side, Athena's using her ultimate and getting in and getting put down right there. Munching Boo falls, taking too much damage. Justin Hu now on the receiving end of a lot more damage. J-Reg showing up a bit late, but better late than never. Looks like we're trying to get the re-engage. We wall off one. Donut Doug using this destruction, but the Mez is there. Slowing him down. Expert is also here, and we're looking to put some more down. More damage down. More people down. An Expert will be put down, and that is a good turnaround. Double kill going to the pockets of Justin Hu. Warriors of Albion winning out that fight despite the rough start. Poseidon does steal away that purple buff. So Drew's Food does get a win. But I said he gets a win, and then he gets thrashed. Oh, no, man. And Gold Fury goes to the Warriors of Albion because Drew's Food gets picked, and everybody else just reset. Okay. This Queen Naga being taken right now by La Jungla. But it looks like there's a bit of an engage. We got this destruction coming down. And it looks like some destruction, some damage. Storm Call comes in, but Storm Call is the last thing you're gonna call. Other than maybe your friends for that funeral. Because you get put down. Expert. Getting caught there. But I believe, yeah, the Naga Queen does go to happen. So that is good that they do get the objective. But it looks like this Pyromancer is going to be their next target. And this Warriors of Albion team, after the draft, Donut Doug was, how do I put this? A bit skeptical about it, but it looks like Drew's Food isn't skeptical at all. He knows he's dead right there. Really well timed Undying Love by King Oceans. The spacing was really well done there as well. For that as well, stop saying that word. Anyway, Pyromancer killed. King Oceans really did that well. That situation. I mean, he spaced himself in such a way that he was close enough to still help with the objective, but close enough to Justin Hu that I'm calling the police. That it is kept him safe with that Undying Love. But like I said, Donut Dog was concerned, right? He first round picked J-Rag, right? And then everybody else, he was a bit more concerned. Obviously, Justin Hu, I think, is on the top end of the junglers that were available. Donut Doug, under threat now. Happen, I believe, unable to steal that purple away? No, they were able to steal that purple away. Justin Hu is one of the better junglers that were available in the draft, so he still made out pretty good with that. But looks like the chase, they're trying to make out with something more, but they don't catch anybody. But King Oceans, in this game at least, he's surprising me with how well he's piloting this Aphrodite. I'm really hoping we see more play from this guy. Especially when he's starting off with a bit more of a, not off-meta pick, but I guess it is off meta because people are sticking to, like, you know, the Merlins, that sort of stuff, and this guy's playing Aphrodite mid, which is relatively unique, and I really like it. So I really hope this guy does well. Right now, all of your kills are on Justin Hu. All of your deaths are also on Munching Boo, but that's also, I think, a product of how terrible this matchup is for him. Chalk just kind of thrashes him, and there's really nothing he could do about it. Happens visited a couple of times now, and they've gotten kills because of it. He's also been soloed out, but that's, I think, just more of a... He was walking up too far, and he really just needs to respect that Chalk can just kill him, and there's nothing he can really do about it. This should go to Justin Hu every day of the week. It should not be going to King Oceans. You're an Aphrodite. Justin Hu does more AoE than you. But that's besides the point. I think in the late game, red buff every single time should be going to Chalk. Because of how much damage, just because of how Chalk applies the damage. But it looks like we're applying the damage to King Oceans, but not enough damage. No Undying Love burned either. Patience is a virtue on this Aphrodite. Kiss through the wall, good heal up right there. And a reset. Nope, never mind, I lied. Looks like Genji's might be the next pickup for this Athena. A lot of cooldown in the build, I think, is very core for this Athena, especially when you're running in the solo lane like this. You want to be able to rotate out in situations where you're playing catch-up because you have rotated out, and because you have kind of forfeited this lane away by picking the Athena, especially into a matchup where this Chalk kind of just presses 1 on the wave and presses 1 and then presses 3 on the wave, or presses 1 and presses 2 on the wave, and instantly clears it. He's able to split push in the situation, or just apply pressure to the tower over there. And now, Chalk obviously over here, they're going to play for Gold Fury, but Athena always has the pressure of, I could just show up whenever I want. As long as there's a teammate nearby me, I could just show up. So they can't just go, okay, Gold Fury. They're going to have to look for something else. Do they know that Justin Hu's on this right side? Because if they do, then they can start posturing to this Gold Fury. Uh-oh. King Ocean's under threat now. This Fear No Evil is going to come down very shortly. Undying Love burned early, which means the Fear No Evil is going to pop down, but no kill onto King Oceans just yet. Meanwhile, Justin Hu's looking to put some kills down. Drew's Food barely survives. Apollo on the backside looking to put down Aphrodite, but it will not be enough. Heals coming through. The Athena ultimate came through to save. And Doug, in the meantime, putting some pressure on the map, getting that tower on left side. Pyromancer immediately being pulled by La Jungla. We'll see if they're able to get it. Is Munching Boo going to be able to steal it? He doesn't even walk in. I like that he did not walk in there, because walking in there is dangerous. But now we're walking away from the Fire Giant pit. We see one walking that way. Expert doesn't want to give it away, but I don't know if they already know. They might already know, judging by the vision, but this is already at 5k. The Gold Fury's picked up, and they're aware of it when they're walking in. It's a 2k, and just dropped down. Fire is gone. La Jungla playing the map exactly how they need to. They've also got some... Happen's a shot caller. I believe Speak is a shot caller. So, you have the concern of the possibility of too many cooks in the kitchen. But having played with Happen myself very recently, Happen's got that, you know, commanding sort of, this is the call, you know? And it's not, like, forced either. It's a, alright, do this, and then do this. Right? And I'm sure that situation there, I think both of them probably called Fire Giant, and they were just, everybody was on the same page. Because if 2 people are saying it loudly, I mean, you're going to hear it right there. And that was a really good call by La Jungla. I'm going to watch as these match reports come through, because right now, I'm the only one who's reported my match, as I was unable to field a roster. Happen. Teleporting in and getting some poke in. But, that's it. Decent damage coming down from Doug. Or from, not Doug, from the Expert. Expert throwing another one down. King Ocean's got tagged by that. You see what that axe is doing, though? You won't see a tank Chalk ever doing that. Disgusting. Why J-Reg is standing in that is beyond me, but he is. Look at Happen on this right side. Again, like, he's just tagging J-Reg for, like, 300, and what does he do about that? It's a gigantic circle. And then he denies a huge area with that rain. Even though it doesn't do absurd damage, he just denies the area. Munching Boo kind of posturing for a kill here. Taunt in, getting 2 with it, tagging him, but the beads are burned. No escape comes through, and is it going to be enough? Athena falls down, but the shield comes through in time. Expert falls, Donut Doug follows right suit. But Justin Hu is going absolutely nuclear in the back line, taking down 3, looking to make it 4. Speak No Evil, not going to be speaking for much longer as Justin Hu looks to chase him out, but will not be able to catch up. The Stampede is used, but Speak No Evil finally falls. Triple kill going to Justin Hu. Doug actually got a kill there. I thought it was going to be a quadra. I almost called it as a quadra, but it was a triple kill. And the Warriors, over the back of a gigantic amount of damage right there from Justin Hu. And from Doug. Doug put in a lot of damage there. Let me look at this. That's the wrong buttons. Player damage. Nah, that was Justin Hu, for sure. Like, that was huge. That was absolutely gigantic. Hold on, I gotta put drops in my title. Drops. I gotta fix this stupid tree glitch, man. Was your character released after a certain point? Ha, you get to look at the trees. It straight up might be that because he's in the A slot, that it's doing that. Which is really weird. Looks like Doug is trying to apply some pressure around the map, because right now, it's been a kind of just a hard reset. Because the game is essentially even. 600 gold at 23 minutes in the game is not much. Right side, they look like they're heading towards it to get something done. Gold Fury, the big Gold Fury. It'd be the Ancient Fury picked up, which then means that they're going to get even more value out of it already. You see these buffs right here? That's what they get. Read them. Expert, though. Looks like he's going to read the numbers that are going right into his skull as he gets picked right there. That's a big advantage right now for this Fire Giant. That was... I don't know. I feel like that's kind of uncharacteristic for him right there. That was, not normal for Expert, for sure. But he gets picked here, and they're looking to make something happen. Is La Jungla. Fear No Evil comes down. Athena ultimate onto the Kali to make sure she does not fall down. But Speak No Evil is barely alive on the backside. Justin Hu finally falls. Big shutdown going to Macwheel. But the rest of the team's getting shut down. Macwheel and Happen are the only 2 who stand alive. Munching Boo saved by that Undying Love. And the rest of them are going to run away. Kali getting that dagger for herself is nice. Especially because this aspect means she doesn't have her no-die button. On the chase, Doug will not find him. Looks like Edamar's also typing right now. King's Court beat Kitsune. Which I can't say was not unexpected. I mean, it was pretty expected. Going Ghost beating the Food Fighters, I also expected. But that's besides the point. I also should keep the bracket up because I am now... Wailing Banshees beat the Jesters. Oh, they had to use a sub for their solo lane, so that was not... Okay, I need to stop yammering about random stuff now. I'm also still in a Discord chat that I didn't even realize I was still in. Let me get this bracket up. Let me get this bracket. So round 2 will be King's Court against Cyberpunk Otters. We'll see how long this one takes. I'm hoping I can catch... Bards. Whoever wins Bards Eternal Vanguard. Man. Maybe. Maybe we'll do that one. Whatever. It doesn't really matter right now. This game... I do think I snagged the closest matchup, other than Eternal Vanguard Bards. But I just grabbed the first one I saw before the game started, so that's kind of a skill issue by me. Regardless. These towers are falling down. I've been talking about a whole lot of nothing. It's been a gigantic nothing burger for like 2 minutes. And I apologize for that. I casted a LAN earlier today, so I'm kind of, you know, a bit tuckered out. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, we have, you know, a bit of a stalemate. It's a 2-3 split. And we see it's mashed on the same side, but we're keeping this Chalk on the left side, which is interesting that we're keeping we're keeping Poseidon and Hunbats in the mid lane. Granted, I think Chalk does have, you know, just way more slowdown than Poseidon does, way more dissuasion, because that gigantic field lasts for way longer than Whirlpool. We're waiting in the bush here. We need to be careful not to walk in and out of Kabrakan's AoE field when we're waiting in a bush like this, because that just does make noise. Gold Fury, Ancient Fury being picked up by the Warriors of Albion here. And it will be locked down. So, that'll be that. Again, we've got a bit of a reset now, so... we're gonna be waiting. Hold on, wait a minute. There's big news. There's big news. Kaizo Caster. Hold on. He placed 11 wards? Kaizo actually placing wards down might actually change his tier list implications. Anyway. Anyway. We're back in this kind of stalematy spot. Pyromancer being picked up here by the Warriors of Albion, and now in a pretty dominant spot. La Jungla had the control early on, but now that this Athena's made it towards the late game, we've got Pele, who's been absolutely turbo-nuclear this entire game. And we got Kali heading towards the late game now. With all of her items built, she's working, I'm assuming, on a strength pot now. Unless she already has one. She does not, so she's working on a strength pot now. We see that she's finished out her build. She's got a lot of pen. She's got a ton of attack speed. She's got more ways to move. With this ranged basic attacks, having that Fatalis now allows her to speed up herself to keep on to somebody. But she has to be careful walking up by herself here. She doesn't want to get grabbed. She places the ward down, and she's already on this fire giant. The boys of La Jungla are aware of it. But they're not really in position to contest it just yet. We'll see. Donut Doug is the first in charge right here, and he's looking for Speak No Evil, and Speak No Evil is in a bit of danger here. Talisman of Purification burned, Cracking pops down. Athena, very low here, but it looks like Apollo's on the chase. He hops in with one, and I believe Happens in there. No, he's not. Happens dead. Justin Who falls right after, so does Munching Boo, but Kabrakan will meet the same fate. Drew's Food gets popped. Aphrodite and Kali absolutely shredding through everybody. Undying Love means that they're going to go through, and King Ocean slams his head into a wall. Oh. King Ocean's is like, hell, I don't want to die to this thing. He might die to it. He's gonna die to Fire Giant. Oh, and Macwheel's gonna kill him. Is Macwheel gonna die to this thing too? Please tell me he does. Please. Oh, he gave it up. I really wish he did, man. That would have been so funny. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I can't believe two people just basically died to Fire Giant. Oh my god. Okay. La Jungla now in this pit and able to, you know, force J-Reg in. J-Reg's looking to put down the ultimate, but he's CC locked, put down, but Expert secures it. And that's two falling down again. The tank's getting a bit over-eager, overextending. Justin Who on the run, but Happen looking to chase him out. We got three in the car here. We're in the cart, and we're looking to put them down. We CC one. Kali trying to kill everybody here, but there is a bit of shred for them. Happen loses the dagger. Happen loses his life. And yeah, Doug and Justin did just kill everybody. And that's also off of the back of King Ocean's keeping them all alive. Justin Who on the chase here for no real reason. Actually, he does have a real reason because he's going to be able to keep them out. Drew's Food and Expert are focused on him. These two need to split up. They do not need to stay together. They're looking to kill Justin Who, and this is a big waste of time now. Justin Who is just going to stay, keep Poseidon here. He's not able to lock down the Poseidon. Chalk is going to possibly kill him. Left Phoenix goes down. Can we push this one down? Kali has the no-die button right here. Can we use it in time? Expert gets a kill right there. We've got one no-die button. Can we burn the other one? We've got the Athena ulting in. This could be the end for the Warriors of Albion getting this game, and they do beat out La Jungla. That fight was insane, by the way. Both tanks essentially inting in the Fire Giant pit, only for it to be turned around by the core right there. That was wild. Did I have fun? Yeah, I had a great time.